Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Taking Up Space of Michelle A. Mayer podcast. Y'all, oh my goodness. Today, look, I want to come on and talk about technology today, y'all. We are in a world of technology. We all know that. But right now, we're in a world where, there's many technological advances that many of us have never experienced before. When I was coming up, we had rotary phones. We had the handheld phone, and then when we got really good, we had the kind that you could walk around the house with, But nowadays, you got these cell phones, and you got all kind of devices where people have access to information at the speed of light. And that's what I want to talk about, because with this information comes the negative sides of it. You got people out here that overstep boundaries with this level of information, friend. You got people that'll sit up and people have ways of tapping into your phone. I don't know if you know it or not. Nobody talks about this. I have not seen anyone bring this up on any podcast, on any blog, nothing. But it's prevalent. You got people out here that can scan your phone and mimic your whole device. It was at one time limited to law enforcement, this particular technology. But now they got people that regular Joe Blows, your neighbor, out here scanning people's phones and listening to their personal conversations. You got people out here obsessed, friends, obsessed with people. And all they do all day, every day, is listen in on those people. They so obsessed. They ain't got nothing else going on than to listen in on those people. And that's my conversation for you today. How did we get to this place? What type of person does that? I can only speak for myself. I am not a prideful person in the way that I am not able to empathize and I overstep boundaries with people because I care so much about a look that I'll do anything to keep that look or image going. I'm not prideful in that sense. I'm prideful in the sense that I hold myself to a high level of regard. I'm not going to go out here and do everything. I would feel bad doing certain things, y'all. I would be embarrassed. Not that I even got caught doing it, but that I did it, that I know I did it. That I know I woke up that morning or went about my day acting on doing certain things. It just would make me feel bad. And for me, spying on somebody, look, let's be honest. I can understand if it's my husband or something like that, or my boyfriend even. I'm not even giving you a pass for that, but I can understand that. But for me to go out and spy on another woman, or another person in general, on some competitive stuff, or on some I feel inferior, so I have no other alternative to get at you kind of stuff, would make me feel bad about myself. It would. But you have people out here, y'all got to know this, that will spy on you. I'm here to tell you, I got people in my life right now that spend their whole day spying on me. God is my witness. All day. You would think they would have something else to do. And if you let them tell it, they do. But their actions, I'm telling you. And I know many of you go through the same thing. This is why I'm bringing it to the light. And these are things that we go through when we, when we reach a level of advancement as a culture. It's not a personal thing. It's not like, okay, you're just the only one singled out and he's just the only one singled out. It's a universal thing. Many people are going through this. You got the haves and you have the have-nots. And in this particular instance, the haves are the people that have the wherewithal to lead from a level of excellence. Really, it is a level of character. And then you have those that don't, the have-nots, those that can't fathom leading from that. They find that confining. So they do any and everything they can to either compete with you, to one-up you, to know everything about you because they're low-key obsessed with you. Yet they don't want you to know it. They'll never openly say it because they're not strong enough within themselves to expose that truth to you. And then you, on the other hand, have to be the strong one to not let it get you bitter. See, it be the experiences in life that happen to you in succession to one another that you don't have enough time to till in your mind and work through experiences to get to a place of wisdom that make you bitter. I wrote this last night. I was sitting here doing my prayer time. I said, you can be so rich with experience that you become bitter. It just came to me. You can become so rich with experiences in life, experiences in God, that you will become bitter. Richness. See, all the experiences in life add to your repertoire of experiences. They add to your library. And you becoming so rich in those experiences, yet not understanding the whys of them or the lessons of them, will make you bitter, friend. See, it's the wisdom that sweetens it. It's the understanding that sweetens it. Yet without the wisdom and the understanding, it's bitter. Think of chocolate. Unsweetened chocolate is bitter. Think of that chocolate being as bitter as it is because it's packed with a large amount of experiences. Extremely large amount of experiences. This is what makes it rich. This is what sets it apart. This is what makes it so valuable. Is the culmination of all the experiences packed into that one particular thing. Yet without sprinkling the sweetness of wisdom, without sprinkling the sweetness of understanding, many don't have a palate that craves it. They can't appreciate the flavor of it. So getting back to these scenarios that we all go through with technological advances and people in general, it's not the things of life that make life difficult, y'all. It's the experiences with going in and out of experiences with various types of people and their stuff. Because we all come to the table with our own stuff. And if you're not healed and you come to the table unhealed, yet you put on your costume of a healed person, you project yourself as a healed person, and you're invited to the table, and you come and you contaminate the table with your stuff, your bitterness, because you don't have the wisdom and the understanding to really make all of your experiences make sense. So you plague the table with bitterness. Bitterness that no one else can add sweetness to. That's your bitter chocolate. I can't add my wisdom and understanding to your bitter chocolate. You must accept it and add it into your own thing. But if you are not accepting of it, you bring nothing but bitterness. And that bitterness shows itself in various ways. being untrustworthy, being the person that comes to the table and that sits there and uses your device to log into other people's phones and listen to their stuff because you're plagued with bitterness. You don't understand all of your experiences that you've come in and out of, and you're not healed from them. And so now you're in this new experience, and you're basing it off of all the past characters of your past experience. And you're not trusting, or you're insecure, or you feel powerless amongst the powerful. And so you got to find a way of leveraging yourself. And the only way you can leverage yourself is through dishonorable behavior. Low-level stuff. Cowardly stuff. Stuff for the cowards of life. Stuff for the folks that go hide in the shadows and throw rocks at the courageous. It's amazing. It's amazing, y'all. It's frustrating, but it's amazing. It's frustrating and it's amazing. Let's say that. But what we do is we pray for those people and we shine the light of prayer on them. We expose it. We bring it into the light. We drag it right off into the light. And we sit it right there in the light. And we shine our light on it. And we keep that light on it. Until it can't do anything but sit there and cry and release and then speak its truth. And at that point, when it's exposed and it releases and it is ready to speak its truth, that is the only time you can pour your sweetness into it. On it rather, and then then they will allow that sweetness in that you pour on it, which is truth, which is wisdom, which is understanding. They convert it, accept it, and make it their truths, and make it their understanding. And now that bitter chocolate that they once were is sweetened. This is my word for y'all today. We got to do better, y'all. We've got to do better. We really do. We really do. I did a post today, and I'm going to wrap it up with this, about what did I do my post about today? I'm going to look it up real quick because I forgot. I know I said in the post, many shall see it and shall fear and shall trust in the Lord. But really what led up to that was something that I woke up with. I just had it on my mind this morning when I woke up. And I want to speak to it. So it says here, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known to you. And that was on my spirit today when I was thinking about what I wanted to post, because everything that I post is real dynamic. A lot of things I post mainly early in the morning if I do pre-post them, or I post them, at that moment. And that's what was flowing through me at that moment when Jesus was speaking to the people. I believe he was speaking to his disciples. And he's saying, I'm not coming forth to you as anything other than one of you. Surely I'm blessed with the knowledge of certain things. Why am I blessed with the knowledge of certain things? Well, because I have been predisposed to receiving certain levels of knowledge, but also none of that would matter if I wasn't willing. None of Jesus's capabilities that God endowed within him at conception would have have been possible to come to fruition or to be able to be useful to him if he wasn't willing to be used by God. He's saying, I've come forth because I've come into a profound truth. I've walked this life. I've aligned to the will of God. I've aligned to the word of God. Out of love for my house. Not out of earthly attainment of things. I've come into a knowing of something that really is powerful and profound. And I'm showing you these things as to show you what happens when you tap in too. When you tap in and you align to the rules of the house, when you stand in the structure of the house, and you structure your life around it, these are the gifts that happen. Things begin to show up in your life. Supernatural coverings begin to happen in your life for you that protect you along your path so you can keep doing that. These are the blessings. This is how you know you're doing what you should be doing. You don't have to try to do them. They default over to you. You don't have to beg for resources. They will default to you. They will show in your life. Whether good or bad, whatever we do in this life, y'all, whatever we do, whether we are aligned properly or whether we're not, we will know by what shows up in our life. God is an action-oriented God. It is not a pie in the sky kind of game going on here. God is an action-oriented God. You will see a result from your efforts. You will see a result from your actions, whether good or not so good. They are all determined by you and what you choose to do with the power within you. They all line up. And this is what I was speaking to today about these things showing up in your life and you not having to go look for them. They will show up for you. And the thing is that when they show up for you, friend, a lot of times they show up for you, if you're aligned properly like Jesus was, they show up as supernatural powers. But they're not supernatural. They're just as natural as breathing. They are the natural way that God has set this system up. But what makes them seem supernatural to us is many don't adhere to the activities in aligning to this power. Many are not willing. So it looks like a one-off. To an ignorant person of the hierarchy of God and God's power, it will look like witchcraft. And you will sit up and believe another person that's actually doing witchcraft. It amazes me how people will say, oh, you supernatural God. How do I say this? What can I use as an example? If someone is, let's just say this, because this has happened to me in my life, y'all. And I know y'all probably think all I talk about is witchcraft and people doing witchcraft on folks. Because people, y'all don't know, it's a lot of that going on out here. It's people that don't look like they doing it. You need to be careful out here, y'all. It's wicked out here in these streets. It ain't no joke. And it's not wicked in a way where it's going to walk up to you and be confrontational and get at you like that. It's not like that. It's in the shadows. It looks unassuming and harmless in the daytime or when it presents itself. And then it goes home and it try to be Harry Potter on you in the kitchen table. I'm just telling you. A lot of the problems many people are facing is because you got people around you that don't like you. They could be low-key jealous of you. They're around you just to see what you're doing. The same people I'm talking about here with the phone tapping, them are the same people. It's that same spirit that'll smile at you all day long. Like, girl, let's go to lunch. Go to lunch with you and hang out with you and learn all your little things that you like and listen to all your problems and all your stuff going on in your life. And then they'll go home. I'm not saying they do it every day, but whenever the spirit moves them to do it. And they will do some work on you. And you be like, dang, why am I having all these problems? What's going on over here? Who you got in your circle? I'm here to tell you. These are one of the many gifts that I bring when I come forward. You can look on many other channels and you'll find all kind of other stuff. I rather talk about the stuff that people don't like to talk about over here because they were the things that I struggled with tremendously. I'm here to tell you these things happen, and they happen more than many people care to discuss, because what happens is those that do stuff like this, they don't ever want to talk about it. They will never bring this up because it's just like I said, it's like dragging them out here into the light. Boom. I'm shining this light on you. And if I keep this light on you long enough, it will break you down. That demon in you cannot stand it. That spirit that's driving you to do that cannot stand the light. It will break you down. You will begin weeping. You will begin repenting. And now you are worthy of the wisdom and the understanding because you can see the fault in your way. You yourself. Which will turn your bitterness sweet through experience. These are things. Yet even though, you guys, all these things happen, I come to tell you that there is a solution. What brought this whole witchcraft part up, is that many people will see you that do these things and they won't see a result from their activities against you. And they'll wonder, well, what is going on? Why don't I see anything? Why is this not working? I've been a witch for 40 years of my life. Why is this not working? And I'm here to tell you that same covering that I told you about, that I led with, that's one of the benefits of walking with God, is that covering. See, those that look upon you and say, yo, you must be doing something too. You must be consulting a demon to protect you. Oh, you must be having a genie be able to give you answers to things so that you're 2 steps ahead of me. Or you must be this or you must be that. It ain't none of that. It's the benefit of studying and walking in the knowledge of God. Aligning your life to this knowledge, not just hoarding it in the libraries of your mind, but making it actualize throughout your life, making it your love, loving it. I'm not talking about play loving it, whereas it's your side piece. No, this is my main thing. This is my main thing. When you see me, this is what comes with me. This is what animates me. This is the main thing in my life. And because it's my main thing, it covers me. It shows itself. It's not a theory. It's not a hope. It's beyond faith. It's a knowing. So when people wonder and they say those types of things, it makes me know who they are. You're supposed to know this, friend. You don't know God's hierarchy? Oh, you're one of those people that I said before. You're one of them trick bag people. No cap, no. And I don't mean this to be like in a disrespectful way. When I mean trick bag, I mean you just gather a bunch of tricks. Oh, give me the I need to get the job trick. What prayer is that? Okay, I need to get the job prayer. Okay. Give me the keep my husband prayer. Okay, well, husband, girl, that one's a dime a dozen. There you go. Give me the I need a quick financial blessing prayer. There you go. Give me the protect my belongings prayer. Boom, there you go. Give me the slay my enemy prayer. There you go. Which one do you want? Which one you want? Give me the make her stop talking about me prayer. Okay, I got that one. Give me the pee on a whole person's life prayer. There you go. You want it in. All you want is the fix. All you want is the result. You don't want the relationship. So when you come and you wonder, oh, how did they do that? Or what? Why is none of my stuff working? All these tricks I got, why are none of my tricks working? Because you don't have the relationship. You don't respect the system. This is a conscious system. This is a world. This world, this spiritual world, is more real than this physical world, friend. In fact, it directs everything in this physical world. You must put some respect on it. It'll humble you. It will make you think you got it under control. It'll move like a serpent on you, baby. That thing moves like a serpent. And it'll make you think you are the one running it. It doesn't have an ego. That's one thing it's missing. It does not have an ego, and this is what gives it a lot of power. See, the ego binds you. It controls you. Without the ego, without the feeling of proving yourself, righting a wrong, and all that kind of stuff, you can move boundlessly. You can make your will met in a multitude of ways. You're not bound to ego. So, yeah. When you question things like that, it lets people know that really know how much you know. Because God is the power. There's only one power. One power, friend. My nail polish. One power. And that's God. God has all the power. Yet there are many gods below God. Many of them. All with their own level of God power that they get directly from God. So when you see like Eve at the garden with the serpent, and she's so enamored with him, and she says, oh my gosh, I'm so impressed. He came and he asked me these questions and I answered it and this and that. She was impressed because of pageantry. She got it twisted. She allowed the mind to distinguish the serpent from God. She didn't take a step back and remember. And that serpent gets his power from God. God is the only power. And even though the serpent can play tricks and do all kind of things within the earth, this serpent is bound to rules. God has all dominion. And just like many of those that do all these things that I was talking to you of against other people, and they wonder, well, why is this not working? Because God has the power, friend. And all these little lower level guys that you're calling on to get all this kind of stuff done, they got to go through God the Father. And that's who I'm aligned to. Yeah. And that's who you should be aligned to as well. And then when one comes from amongst you, like Jesus, and shows you in a first person perspective the benefits of aligning to God directly, you want to give these lower level gods credit because you don't understand the hierarchy. You want to say, oh, he's working with a demon. Oh, he's this and he's that. He ain't doing none of that. These are the benefits when you walk in power and authority with God. And the only reason that you haven't seen it at that level that you saw it with Jesus is because not many people walk it like that, friend. And this is why he came forward. To change that. To set a new standard. I hope I spoke to this because it's been on my spirit. Spying on people's phones. A lot of that going on in the community. I'm telling you, your neighbors out here. It's folks living right next to you, right behind you, right next door to you, right in front of you. Spending their whole day spying on you. Because they ain't got nothing else. Trying to create a narrative on you. Because they ain't got nothing else. Bring them people into the light and shine the light on them. Because that's a demon. And at the same time, don't you allow it to make you bitter. It's okay to get frustrated because it's a frustrating thing. Who would want someone to be all in their business like that? Who does that? If you're anything like me, I think I'm too good for that, friend. Honestly, I do. I think I'm better than that. Nobody in the world is worth that. Honestly. I got too much going on. And even if what I got going on is laying on my sofa, scrolling social media, that's too much to do. That I'd rather do that than to sit up and worry about what you got going on in your life. But don't let it make you bitter, okay? Stay sweet in your own way. You love more than you'll ever know. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. Peace and love.